Salvete omnes. This is exercise A of the pronoun review. The instructions say that we are to decline these pronouns, now acting as adjectives with these nouns. So make sure you know the forms of the demonstrative pronouns is, id, hic, haec, hoc, and ille, illa, illud. So here we have hic from hic, haec, hoc, and it is modifying the noun exercitus, which is exercitus us, masculine. It is a fourth declension masculine. It means this, as in this thing right here, hic. Hic, haec, hoc is right here, army. Exercitus means army. So, declining in the singular over here, and then in the plural here. So in this box, we are going to write hic, and then in this box, we're going to write exercitus. As with any noun and here adjective, but is a pronoun, when declining any of these pairs, if it helps you to decline the noun separately from the modifier, because you know how to decline nouns. The modifier, it's a little bit weird, especially with hic. So if you want to go ahead and decline exercitus, you're going to start here with exercitus. And you have exercitus, exercitus with the macron over the U, US, exercitui, exercitum, exercitu, exercitus, macron over the U and then S, exercitum, exercitibus, exercitus, macron over the U, S, exercitibus for the ablative plural. And then hic, haec, hoc, choosing the masculine hic, it declines as follows, starting in the singular. Hic, huius, huic, hunc, hoc, he, horum, his, hos, his. So altogether, when you are working with a noun and its modifier, you want to be able to work this way. You want to be able to decline hic exercitus, huius exercitus, huic exercitui, hunc exercitum, hoc exercitu. He exercitus, horum exercitum, his exercitibus, hos exercitus, his exercitibus. You want to be able to do it that way because that's the way you're going to see it in a text, in writing. But in the beginning, putting your training wheels on, if you want to go ahead and decline the noun first and then decline the modifier separately, that's fine. But pay attention, pay strict and careful, close attention to how it looks when it declines this way. So hic exercitus, huius exercitus, huic exercitui, etc. The next one is haec mulier. Haec mulier. So haec, hic, haec, hoc, it will decline its own special way. And then mulier, mulieris, feminine, it's another word for woman. So this right here, she's standing right here, woman. So haec mulier. So I'll go ahead and decline it the way that you would see it in a text. Once again, if you want to go ahead and decline mulier, the noun, on its own track, because you know how a third declension feminine will decline. And then if you want to decline haec separately, because you should know how it declines, that's fine. But once again, you should be working towards having these answers and being able to say these answers like haec mulier, huius mulieris, huic mulieri, hunc mulierem, hac muliere, hae mulieres, harum mulierum, his mulieribus, has mulieres, his mulieribus. Optime. Hoc consilium. So this right here, plan or advice, consilium, counsel. So it's neuter. Consilium, concili, neuter. We want the neuter, hic, haec, hoc. That's the neuter form. So hoc consilium, huius concilii, huic concilio, hoc consilium, hoc concilio. Macron goes over the O in hoc to distinguish from hoc and the nominative hoc. So hoc, and then hoc for the ablative. It's got a macron over the O. Haec concilia, horum conciliorum, his conciliis, haec concilia, his conciliis. Optime, that takes care of hic, haec, hoc, this thing right here. Let's move on to ille. So ille, illa, illud. If hic, haec, hoc is the first person demonstrative close by to the speaker, to me, to I, this thing right here next to me, the speaker, then ille, illa, illud is that thing over there yonder. That's the third person over, it's right over next to someone there. Some he, she, or it, or them over there. So ille rex, that king, that one over there. We could say yonder king, yon king, far off. So ille rex. Once again, you can decline the noun rex. You know how it declines. It's a third declension masculine. Rex regis masculine. And then ille will follow its own track. So your answers should come out like this, and you should endeavor to be able to decline the noun and its modifier in the following format. Ille rex, illius regis, illi regi, illum regem, illo rege, illi reges, illorum regum, illis regibus, illos reges, illis regibus. Moving on to illud bellum, illud bellum, that over there war. So illud being the neuter form. Skipped over the feminine illa because otherwise, other than the genitive and the dative heteroclite endings, that ius and dative singular I, it has forms exactly like the feminine. It doesn't really do anything different. The masculine, ille, has forms exactly like the masculine, like you're used to, second declension masculine, apart from the nominative ille, and of course the heteroclite genitive ius and the dative I, illius and then illi. But it's same thing for across the genders. All genders, masculine, feminine, neuter, in the singular, those heteroclites are ius, e. So illud bellum is illud bellum, illius belli, illi bello, illud bellum, illo bello, illa bella, illorum bellorum, illis bellis, illa bella, illis bellis. Optime, it's neuter. That over there war, yon war, the one that's far away, or it happened a long time ago. Yes, that one. You know which one. And then for tillals, we have ea res, ea res. So ea from is ea id, res, re, feminine. It's a fifth declension, so fifth declension feminine. Ea, is ea id, so this or that or the stuff. Res is like stuff. It's a stand-in for whatever you need it to be. Like if I were to say, go get your stuff from your locker, there'd be all kinds of things, stuff in there. And we know what stuff basically is in there because it's a locker. You've got your textbooks in there, you've got your book bag in there, you have your gym clothes in there, etc. You have a lunch in there, whatnot. We kind of know based on the context. If the contexts were different, the stuff that we're talking about would be different. So res is kind of a fill-in for whatever you need it to be, whatever the context says, which is why it has a wide variety of meanings if you were to look up the word in the dictionary. Thing is never really a good translation of res. For thing, you should associate thing with a neuter ending. So or the plural things would have the ending a. So res is more like stuff. So res, the stuff. And then it would be answered by, or that we could ask the question, which stuff? Quae res, quae res. And then we could say the stuff which, res quae, the stuff which. So issea id is answered by qui quae quod. Which thing? That thing, the thing which. So res, we have res, eius rei, ei rei, eam rem, ea with a macron over the a, re. Eae res, earum rerum, eis rebus, eas res, eis rebus. You can also substitute eis, E-I-S, for I-I-S, for a double I, in the dative and in the ablative plural. Next we have id cornu. Id cornu. Once again, is ea id. Id is the same as the English it, only English, Germanic language, has a t, a t, and the Romans, the Italic language, has the d, a d. Id cornu. Remember, cornu us neuter is a fourth declension neuter. Pretty rare, those fourth declension neuters. So we can say issea id, this, that. It is the pronoun of reference, whereas hic, haec, hoc, and ille, illa, illud, those demonstratives point out the actual location of the thing we're talking about, of the antecedent or the noun that it modifies. Whereas issea id is merely the pronoun of reference, the one that we've either just mentioned or we're about to mention. So which wing of the army? This one, that one, the one that we're talking about. Remember, cornu can mean a horn, like a unicorn, a one-horned thing, or it can be a wing of an army, because an army has a left and a right wing, a sinistrum cornu and a dextrum cornu. So id cornu, eius cornus, macron over the u, ei cornu, id cornu, eo cornu, ea cornua, eorum cornuum, eis or eis cornibus, ea cornua, eis or eis cornibus. Optime. That is it for exercise A. You are now ready to move on to exercise B.